You know what's really great? That right before I filmed my first YouTube video ever, this eye just decided to get nice and red for the party. Just to, give off an air of absolute let's go. Hi YouTube! This is something I never anticipated actually doing, which is making a YouTube video. You know, I kept putting it off. I kept saying like, no, I need a camera. No, I need a mic. No, I need a light. No, I need a background. And now I have no excuses, so.
I don't like it.
Anyways, my name's Catalina, or Cat, either. I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for a while. What would be the best way to kick off a YouTube channel? How about making a video on the most controversial YouTuber on the platform? I want to talk about this fella named Onision that all these wonderful people have been talking about. And I kind of wanted to throw my 2 cents in as someone who's sort of followed his path since, like, this is embarrassing, 2015, when all the stuff about him started kicking up online. If you don't know about Onision, you should, because I shouldn't be the first person you hear about him from. What's wrong with you? Onision, or Gregory Jackson, has been making YouTube videos since 2006, so he's been around for a really long time. He collaborated with a bunch of pretty big name YouTubers, Shane Dawson, Jax Films. They all worked together on different projects early on. He was in the How to Basic Face Reveal. He's done a lot. And he's known not just for his biting satire, great joke. This dude, Greg, we're gonna call you because Onision just sounds stupid to say out loud, honestly. Greg has found himself in a lot of controversy. You know what, I'm just gonna do a little list here that's just gonna scroll from the bottom of the screen to the top of the screen. These are just some of the really nice things that this fella has done. Primarily things that I kind of want to talk about. Onision would publicly talk about his exes and start really attacking them and telling his fan base why they broke up, and then not only would he be abusing them and harassing them online, his fans would too. So, way to use your platform, bruh.
Lovely.
He alleged that Shane Dawson was a pedophile in it's offensive to even call it this, but a documentary where he alleged that, ooh, Shane's hired child actors. Ooh, Shane made shocking jokes. Like, dude, what, pot, meat, kettle. And the kettle's actually funny and talented and good at things. Greg ran a forum where he encourages fans, a lot of which are underage young ladies, to submit photos of their bodies so that he could rate them, or, other wholesome things like telling they needed to lose weight or that they were too skinny. A lot of times these girls would send photos of themselves in mild states of undress, in a bra or a sports bra, or, booty shots. Just prime elegance from this fella. He's blamed victims of sexual assault, saying that if they do not report immediately, then they're just as bad as their abuser. Greg is married to his partner, who now goes by the name Kai. Kai identifies as F to M, trans. The two of them, beautiful couple that they are, have been caught in a pretty big scandal involving an 18-year-old girl who they moved into their house when she was about 16. They were in communication with her on Twitter when she was 14, 15. It's gross. It's gross. This girl, Sarah, started communicating with Greg and Kai on Twitter back when she was, I think, 14 or 15. I don't remember, but it's one of those two. And due to a family situation, they flew her out to their home in Washington State, and she would stay there off and on and witnessed a lot of abuse that he put upon people. Like, there's more stuff coming out about this. These people made some phenomenal videos explaining it, going into deep dives about this couple's predatory and vile behavior. And I could spend an entire video ranting about Onision and Kai. I could call them predators, which they are. I could call them repulsive, which they are. I could say that they're both idiots who do not deserve to be on this platform, which I just joined, and that tons of other people are on. They don't deserve that. Instead, I want to ask a question that's kind of been bothering me for a little bit. Why hasn't anyone addressed this? Why aren't major content creators talking about this? And before the internet, talking as if people are going to watch this video, I don't know. Other content creators like Blair White, Repsion, Jacqueline Glenn, I can't remember this guy's name, but I'm gonna dub it in here.
It's Repzilla, dummy.
Thank you, Sal. They all have talked about this. Frickin' Chris Hansen from To Catch a Predator has gotten involved in this. I mean, Greg and Kai, y'all done messed up, kids. Chris Hansen did not come into this house to play games. But with all of these fairly big creators talking about it, it got me wondering, where are the big boys in this? Where are the Philip DeFrancos? Where are the Keemstars? Scarce still a thing? But where are these people talking about this? And none of them have. I asked a friend of mine who also dabbles in watching YouTube videos for most of their day. I asked her, why do you think no one's talking about this? And her reasoning was, well, maybe, they're scared. And all I could think was, scared? I mean, really? Of this guy? This guy. Have you seen this guy? Have you seen his views? They're not good. He's not getting a lot of attention. His Patreon. Yeah. But I don't think that they're scared, but I think there's a reason, right? So before I made this video, I decided to sit down and see if anyone had maybe said something that I missed. I decided to do a YouTube search. Let's do Philip DeFranco in 3, 2, 1.
I want you to understand that if I legitimately thought that there was even an ounce, like a possibility that Shane Dawson could be a pedophile, I'd be the first person to go after his throat. Longtime viewers of this show know that as far as child molesters go, I think the punishment should be set that person on fire. And as far as pedophiles go, I say ship them to an island. I don't want that person around anyone I care about.
I have my own entirely baseless rationale as to why these major YouTubers aren't talking about this. I think it's because they have not talked about Onision in so long because he loves it. He loves the attention. He loves having people make videos about him. He was gunning for iDubbbz to make a content cop on him. Anyone could tell. I think that the big kid creators made a decision, whether it was within themselves or maybe they talked about it, but hey, let's not talk about this guy. Let's not give him attention. Let's cut him out of this community and really limit his scope and his reach. Eventually his numbers are going to drop. He's not going to be able to gain subs, and he'll kind of vanish. We'll put him on mute, and that'll be enough. And in a lot of ways it was. His views dropped. He's not doing well. But I don't think that's enough. I'm going to make some quick little comparisons. Let's do Austin Jones, Ray Diaz, and Daddy of 5. 3 people who got wrecked by YouTube, who got wrecked by the internet before the police got involved, before law enforcement got involved. They were called out by people like Philip DeFranco and Drama Alert. The YouTube community really threw its hat in the ring against these people to say, no, we don't want you here, get out. And then law enforcement got involved. The other quick sidebar, a lot of Greg's, I don't like the word exes, because that doesn't do them justice. His survivors have come forward and talked about their experiences. People no one had heard from in almost a decade created Twitter accounts just to talk about this stuff. These women are all incredible, all incredibly brave, admirable. Thank you for telling your stories, even if it's from someone like me who doesn't really have a following or anything at all. What you guys talked about did not fall on deaf ears. Even people who didn't talk about it until now, probably people who haven't said anything yet, they heard it. I just hope that they come forward and say something about it, because that's important. I don't know if this hesitation to talk about it comes from a place of uncertainty, not in the fact that there are allegations being made, but that there are public litigations being made. I don't know if you could do, a Google search into the Washington State database and see if Sarah or any of these women have filed restraining orders, anything like that. Maybe that's why Philip DeFranco, his show, and his researchers, they can't attach links or references to this story other than hearsay, but I don't think it's hearsay at this point. You know what I mean? R. Kelly's victims sounded off and their stories were all similar. Bill Cosby's victims all spoke out and their stories were all similar. And all of Onision's exes have spoken out and their stories are all pretty damn similar. Now there's smoke, there's gotta be fire. I'm gonna give a controversial opinion. I don't think this dude should have a platform at all. I think YouTube and Twitter and Patreon are all doing a huge disservice to the public, are all doing a huge disservice to themselves and their reputations for allowing a predator to continue to have a voice. And I think that's why I mentioned Shane Dawson earlier. Shane, this guy was disgusting to you. He is repulsive and wants so badly to be like you. That's the thing. Onision hates that he's not like Shane. He hates it. You can tell. In that stupid little video he made trying to talk about Shane in such a vile manner. You want to be him. Oh, you want to be him so bad. You want his life. You want his friends. You want the fact that he has been able to sustain an audience when he has been caught in scandals or they've tried to cancel him. It didn't work because he's a genuine dude and you're not. And a guy who says that he tells the truth all the time. I'm going to make a quick reference to Jon Stewart, Dad, right here.
He's lying on purpose. You know, I don't know how. How? Because he constantly says the phrase, believe me. Nobody says believe me unless they are lying.
It's you, Greg. You're like the president. And I hope and I wish that people like Jax Films and Shane Dawson would say something. I wish Philip DeFranco would say something. I wish he would have his Rogue Rocket team release something. Guys, yo, do that. Do that. Break a grooming story because that's huge. This is huge. This is big. And the fact that he still has a YouTube channel, or I think 2 maybe, I don't know, I don't care. Onision, you're not worth anybody's time. Or your partner. Your partner is as revolting as you are. And I know there's this desire to feel bad for Kai because I think Kai started talking to Greg when he was 16. And Greg was, I think, in his mid-20s. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that this guy, you can feel bad for Kai for the person that they were. Now, you can feel bad for Kai, who was lured into this relationship, got married super quick, and wound up, you know, getting groomed into a predator themselves. But that does not excuse predatory behavior later on in life. Your behavior now is symptomatic of what happened to you in the past. But that doesn't excuse your behavior now. We feel empathy for the person you were. We feel bad knowing that you could have been saved, but you've made your bed now. You've made these decisions. You have followed this path, and now, you know, and I know that you're both atheists, but Onision, Kai, God, I want you both to just burn. I'm gonna see if I can put fire here. Just fire. This video's all over the place. Oh God, what a YouTuber cliche. My video's all over the place. What am I saying? This is a call to arms for the YouTube community. Talk about this. This isn't giving him attention that he'll be able to feed off of and make a career from. If anything, some of his fans, if they see other YouTubers like Shane, Jax Films, God, who else? PewDiePie, hello? iDubbbz, like literally anybody. Make a video and help completely decimate the remainder of his base. Prevent any other woman from falling victim to this couple and what they do. And Kai, fella, I talk about Greg a lot, but you're a slippery little weasel person. And also, as a Latina who also looks white, I hate you so much because I'm just waiting. If you haven't already tried to like writhe your way into the Latin community, try and be like, oh, well, I'm a victim too. I'm trans and you know, no, you don't get to use that. I do not sit at the trans table. And you know what, Kai? I'm not trans or non-binary. I identify as a full-on lady. Sometimes as a potato, but usually a lady. But I'm pretty sure that the trans kids do not want you to sit at their table. I don't think anyone wants you at their table. Anyway, my eye is still red, isn't it? Yep. Still pretty red. Great. Great. So, that was my YouTube video. I am a mess of a woman today. It's my second time trying to film this video. I hated the first one. Gag me. If you watched any of this soupy, word vomity weirdness on a topic that has been covered way better, I just kind of wanted to tackle it from the perspective of why haven't people addressed it. So please, 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 YouTube, Susie Wojcicki. I don't know. I've only ever heard you be talked to. Oh, H3H3. Can you talk about this? Good God, put it on your podcast. You had Trisha on there. Don't invite Shane. He'll try and charge you $300,000 to be on your show. Chris Hansen, thank you for that. I don't know how that worked out. Blair White. If any of the YouTubers I addressed here see this, by the way, your girl's gonna have a full-fledged freak out and probably make this eye go red too. So, This is weird. This is weird. This is weird. Again, my name's Catalina, or Cat. I guess I'm gonna do that thing that YouTubers do where they put their links in the bio or whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. This is really awkward. People I know at work are probably gonna watch this and make fun of me. Don't do that. That's mean. Bye. I had to sit back down to add this into the video. Also, incentive for bigger YouTubers to talk about this to prove that I'm not just blowing smoke. The chances, excuse me, like I said, Onision's audience skews a little bit younger. I don't know now, but I assume it's still like the hot topic crowd. If big YouTubers talk to this, your reach is so much bigger. I'm gonna be ambitious with this first video and editing. I'm going to list how many views these YouTubers got in their most recent video. If that blows up, the chances of someone with power or with some sort of, I don't know, know-how, or even other victims of his might see your video and go, oh my god, I need to speak out. And maybe that's the key to solving this as an observer, right, of a community that I've watched a lot of and never really participated in. I can't fathom what it would feel like to have millions of eyes on you, watching if you're going to fail or succeed, and the panic that that must instill in you. I don't envy it. I kind of want it, because that'd be kind of cool to have a platform to, you can promote, artistry or product or yourself. There's so much you can do. You can impact a lot of people, influence a lot of people, make real tangible change. And I think that's maybe something that it's easy to get scared of doing, because it's, oh my god, what if I send the mob on a witch hunt? This isn't a witch hunt. And if it is, Voldemort's right there, and he's not a good witch. Take out Voldemort and Wormtail, okay? Like, let's get rid of them. Yeah. They have no power. The community has the power. Viewers have the power. Content creators have the power, so use it. Throw that weight in there. Your audience of millions will see it. And even if it's just a cursory look, if you lead them to the box of horrors that is Onision and just sort of encourage them to crack open the lid, all of that stuff will burst out of it. And it's going to spread like wildfire. It's going to spread. And this. Please, 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 please do something, YouTube. Do something. Felix, Mr. PewDiePie, Mr. DeFranco, Mr. Keemstar, Mr. Shane Dawson, Mr. Jack's Films, Mr. and Mrs. Everyone. I know I'm missing the ladies out there. Hell, Nikki Tutorials, get out there. Liza, I'm getting a little too much. But all of these people, in no way are you forced to say something, but it would be really tight if you did. Okay, now I'm for real leaving.